$93,000 in debt, and I'm going on 2 vacations this year. Sue me.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Alex, and today we're going to be talking about vacation debt. Pretty serious one, guys, right now happening in US. So vacation are supposed to be a break from stress, but for many they end up creating even more with the pressure to treat yourself and post the perfect trip online. People are charging flights, hotels, and experience they cannot actually afford. Credit cards make it easy to spend now and worry later, but high interest rates turn a 1 week getaway into months or even years of repayment. Travel influencers glamorize luxury getaways while regular people go into debt trying to keep up. Once the trip is over, reality hits: bills, regret, and financial strain. Some skip rent or bills just to afford a vacation they feel they deserve. The emotional cost is just as heavy as the financial one. Stress and anxiety and relationship tension are follow. And yet no one talks about it because it's easier to share the highlights than the consequences. Vacation debt is a growing issue in a society that rewards image of stability. The escape was temporary, but the debt stick around far longer. So let's dive into the video and watch, guys.
Okay, I gotta know, are we taking vacations while paying off debt? We haven't, and we've cut a lot of things out and have been living pretty minimally. This week we did take a road trip to visit family, but still trying to stay conscious of budget. But it is really easy when we're away to just want to pick up food every day or go do a bunch of activities. I'm feeling a little guilty, but I'm still trying to enjoy our time while balancing this. And it's just got me thinking, like, is this worth it? Should we just not? I don't know. It's just visiting family, so I find it's fine. But it is hard to balance without, it's a slippery slope going at, getting out of hand. So how are you doing it? Do you just cut it out? Are you still going for it? I don't know. It's a little hard.
If you have one mortgage and one car loan, you can't go on vacation anymore. This person's like, sounds like a very fancy vacation. Are you sure you can afford that while you're still in debt? Honestly, and I know this ruffles people's feathers, but I don't even consider us in debt, even though we have a mortgage and a car payment. Yes, I know they're debts, but it's fine. Okay, I don't really consider us like in debt. We don't have credit cards. We don't have student loans. We don't have other unsecured loans. We have a car loan and one mortgage, and that's it. We only have $7,000 left on our car loan. It should be done by the end of this year. Yes, I'm still going to go on vacation, and again, I don't really consider that debt. Don't come for me. I know that that's not true, but yes, I'm still going to go on vacation. I'm still going to live my life. Honestly, going on vacation is what I want to be spending our money on. That's why I buy clothes at the thrift store and tight in other places, is because I want to spend our money on experiences like going to the zoo and going on vacation and doing things rather than like material items. But yes, we are going on vacation. I said we were going to spend about $3,500. Who knows if that is what we'll end up being at. I'll let you guys know when the time comes what we actually end up spending. $3,500 isn't like a little bit amount of money. I am making money from TikTok. I've been putting so much extra money toward my husband's truck loan. I've been putting money in our high yield savings account. I've been putting money toward our Roth IRA, and I might have to put a little bit less the next couple of months so we can go on vacation. But like, I'm totally fine.
$169,000 in debt. And yet they are still going on a Disney cruise. Like, you need to pay that debt off first before going on a Disney.
I am $90,000 in debt, and I am going on a 2-week vacation. I know what some of y'all are thinking, but hear me out. She's the reason. Life is short. She's starting college, and I just want to spend time with her. I know some of you guys won't think this is responsible, but listen, it's all paid for. Judge away, sir. I am still working on getting out of debt, but listen, I was gonna go stir crazy if I didn't get away from work. Like, literally, I've worked basically a year and a half straight. And as some of you know, I'm basically pretty sure I have a concussion. I called my wallet a Walmart today. And if you're new here, this happened a couple days ago. Yep, someone pulled out in front of me on the highway. I lost control and hit a retaining wall twice at 64 miles per hour. So basically, I'm lucky to be alive and pumped up on 800 milligrams of ibuprofen daily. Been to the doctor twice and decided life is too short. I'm going on vacation anyway. Money comes and goes, but the memories that you create with with the people that you love will never go away. I budgeted this trip. I saved for this trip. I hustled for this trip. So come with us on a 2-week journey around Washington State. And never fear, I'm on a budget. I'll take you guys along with what I spend and don't spend. We're going to see how this hiking thing goes because, well, today I walked around Lake Washington and that was about all I could handle. We're not going to start hiking for a couple of days. And today we settled for Top Hot Donut, our 1 meal out, and we watched Superman in the IMAX theater. We did spend $100.31, but most of this trip will be absolutely no spending.
Over $16,000 in credit card debt, and my husband and I are still going to take a vacation this year. We're heading to Vegas with some friends in September for my best friend's husband's 30th birthday. I have never been to Vegas. My husband has because he was stationed out there a few times while he was in the Air Force, and we're so excited. But even though we're in a lot of debt, even though we're working our tails off to pay debt down this year, does not mean that we're going to wipe every bit of fun out of our lives. Debt payoff, budgeting, being more money conscious, those things are going to be absolutely miserable for you if you take all of the fun away. Life is short and no one on this earth is promised tomorrow, so it's okay to go out to eat still. It's okay to book the trip. It's okay to make the memories. And that's exactly what we're going to do. And one of the most impressive things is, this is going to be our first vacation where we are paying all cash. Nothing is going on a credit card. We've already booked our flights, cash, paid for. We're about to book the room, cash, paid for. When we're there, nothing but cash and like our debit cards. We will not be charging a single thing on this vacation. And that's a big step for us because we're used to just booking the trip without having the money, without having saved, and we just finance everything. We charge it all, which is, you know, a problem. Let this be a reminder that it's still okay to live a little and have fun even when you're in debt. Don't let anybody tell you different.
Okay. Episode 3 today.
Buggy has it.
Buggy has it? Huh? That's probably plenty. Okay, episode 3 on crazy wild expenses. This is gonna be kind of a funny one, kind of not funny. Yes. This is one that we accrued on vacation. So I'll start there and then I'll explain the story. Okay, so this is one that I don't know if it was the day we were checking out of our Airbnb or what. And again, we should like read the fine print and all of that, but we don't and we didn't. But so our house had a hot tub that like waterfalled into a pool, like one of those like waterfall looking pool things. And anyways, we didn't know this, but in order to use the hot tub, it was $50 a day. Which like obviously it was connected. I don't know, it was really weird, but it was like one of those things that the Airbnb like host messaged us. It was like, and how many days did you guys use the hot tub? And they like charged you after the fact. So anyways, we were there for 5 days, and I'll let you decide how many days we told them that we used the hot tub, even though I'm sure it was under full surveillance. They can see how many times we turn the jets on, turn the party lights on, turn the waterfall on. But yeah, so that was just kind of a like accrued expense after vacation where we were like, what the
Fudge. Which one?
So yeah.
Disney in debt. Let's talk about it. We just recently paid off all of our credit cards. We have put Disney on a credit card many times, but the difference is that we always put our Disney trips on interest-free credit cards. I do not recommend doing this unless you know that you are really good at making sure you get them paid off before the interest accumulates. If you're someone who wants to go to Disney World and you might not have the funds immediately, I don't think it's that big of a deal because you're not paying any extra interest on the trip. I am a big believer in being financially responsible, but also living life. And I know what we can afford, what we can't afford. There are so many ways to make money to pay for a Disney trip or pay for a trip of any kind. I once paid for an entire Disney trip selling all of our baby stuff. I sold the swing, I sold the stroller, I sold the stuff that I had for when my kids were newborns. I sold it all and it paid for an entire Disney trip. My biggest financial tip, whether it's for a trip or just even trying to get out of debt, I sound like Dave Ramsey when I say this, but it really is to figure out multiple streams of income. My family, we have 4 streams of income, and a lot of people that know me in real life do not understand how I'm able to go to Disney so often. They're like, how do you afford it? I knew that the only way I was gonna be able to go often was if I figured out ways to make money so that we didn't have to go into debt every time we wanted to go. I have a work from home job. I was a teacher. I quit being a teacher, had no income. Now I work from home. My husband is retired from the military, but he also has a job, so those are our 3 incomes. And then our last income is a little side business that we flip furniture and things like that. There are other ways that you can make money, have an extra stream of income. I am in the Cincinnati area, and I know that there are trials that moms can do on like diapers or lotions or whatever. When P&G releases a new product, they need people to try it out. They'll give them free diapers, and then they will also pay them to use the diapers for a certain amount of time. You can sell your kids' clothes to Once Upon a Child. You can sell your own clothes to Play-Dohs. I just took 3 pieces of our furniture to a consignment shop. The consignment shop sold it for me, and I still made $120. There are ways that you can make money without having to have an actual job. So yeah, I don't recommend going into debt if you know that you're not able to financially pay that off. If you're someone who is like, I'm never going to have the money, so I'm never going to be able to go, but you know that you're responsible enough to make payments, I could be wrong. I'm not advocating for people to go into crazy amounts of debt, but I don't think it's that big of a deal if you make payments on a trip, just like you would make payments on anything else, as long as you're not paying interest on it. Here's the final look. Who is nosy and wants me to do a financial breakdown? Because I secretly want to do one, but I'm also afraid that I'm going to get like 20 likes and then I just freaking blasted all of my husband and I's, like, how much we make and like everything, like what our house payment is, what we owe. But I secretly love those videos, so I kind of want to do it, but let me know if you want me to do it.
Thank you for your likes, guys, and let's continue watching the videos. I do
5 years old, paying off $169,000 in debt. Yes, I'm going on a Disney cruise to help me pack for my trip. I know this is going to push a lot of people's buttons, but you can pay off debt and still live your life. What that looks like probably varies person to person. For me, that means continuing to travel and budgeting for the things that I want in my sinking funds. Each paycheck, I allocate dollars to save towards wants or bigger spends, like a vacation. I'm in this for the long haul. $169,000 is a big number that's not going to go away quickly, so years of not going on vacation or only buying necessities is not sustainable in my opinion, although I am trying to chip away at the number as fast as possible. I'm working the debt snowball method and I've paid off $32,000 so far this year, clearing 9 of the 18 debts I owe. I'm proud of the progress I've made, and I'm building better financial habits by delaying instant gratification and saving for the things I would previously spontaneously purchase. So now back to the cruise. If you're curious how much I spent on this vacation, instead of putting it towards my debt, all in I spent about $1,000. Part of the cost was covered as a gift for my birthday, and the room expenses was split 3 ways. I love traveling with friends to save on cost. I also didn't buy any new outfits or accessories for this trip. The only thing I purchased was a snorkel. In a different spending mindset, I would have bought an entire new wardrobe for this trip, so it's great to see these new habits at work.
I may be in $130,000 worth of debt, but I am still taking a vacation and having fun while paying down that debt, because I don't see the point of not having a life and just focusing solely on the debt. But I feel like we're in a pretty good position, and I will go through debt because I did a personal loan to consolidate most of the debt. I kept one card because it's 0% interest, and I don't want to put all of it towards the personal loan if it doesn't have interest. So yeah, I will talk to you guys.
Hello, I'm on my way to shoot yet another wedding today. Whew, I am so tired, honestly. Like, photography has taken over my life this month. It's going to be the bulk of my side hustle money for the month of, honestly, April and May. I've done all the things. I've got more shoots coming up. I've got another wedding coming up in 2 weeks. And I am tired, but honestly, having our Florida vacation fully paid for in cash right now and knowing that we leave in 1 month is a great motivator, let me tell you. So y'all have a good day.
Should you be going on vacation while you're getting out of debt? The answer is no, but just like me, probably going to do it anyway. So let me show you what I spent. My lady and I went to the Royalton Grenada, and I stayed at the Diamond Club. I paid $16.25 on the resort. For the flight, probably paid around $8.50, $8.74, the highest. I get ahead of myself. Why did I even go to Grenada? Went there for my shorty's 30th birthday. Happy birthday to her. I love you. As for eating out, I went to a place called Umbrellas, and we went to Dodgy Docks. Dodgy Docks, I paid $75 US to get 40 tickets. Came out to 200 Eastern Caribbean dollars. Went to this restaurant called Umbrellas. Got some banging wings. You can't see me, but you see the wings. Banging wings. I got a smash burger. They just gave me 2 patties instead of 2 smash patties. They gave me 2 regular sized patties. But that was about 191 Eastern Caribbean dollars. New clothes from Walmart and Fashion Nova. Spent about 170. And taxis, I spent about let's say like $60 US. Also did a drone shoot with my girl. Here's a little teaser of the drone shoot. Not too much though, not too much. I can't give out all the sauce. She ain't posted yet. All in all, this trip was priceless. She was very happy. So to the original question, should you be going on vacation while you're in debt? The answer is still no, because you gotta go. Stick to it. This page is called I Need to Get Out of Debt. Nah, I'm playing. You have to make sure that you live life and, understand what you're doing this for. I'm doing this so I can do these type of things and not be stressed. But when you give love, surrounded by love, you have to make these sacrifices, which doesn't really feel like a sacrifice when you actually experience it. Because the happiness that you see on the face is priceless, you understand? Now, come on now. Look how good I'm looking. I got to grab myself. That's how good I'm looking. All right, brother. Relax.
Definitely instant gratification, and not that wages have stagnated in relation to inflation. As a zillennial married to an elder millennial, our friends and the people around us are not struggling because they're taking luxurious vacations. They're struggling because the cost of basic fucking necessities is out of control. They're struggling to afford childcare, gas, rent, mortgages, healthcare. The wealth gap in our country currently is worse than it was before the French Revolution. And we know how that one ended. But let's blame people who are even struggling to survive, much less have tiny luxuries in this world, and not the corporations that are hoarding billions of dollars in a system that rewards exploitation.
$1,000 in debt, and I'm going on 2 vacations this year. Sue me. Boiled Chicken Nugget says this is insane debt and you just don't get it. Actually, I do get it. Because I tried the Dave Ramsey method. It did not work for me. It was too restrictive and I didn't pay off any debt. What did work for me though was this time last year I decided to do it my own way and I paid off over $30,000 in debt. I cash flowed an entire trip within that year to Seattle for $1,083 total. I am a budget traveler. This is a hill that I will die on. If you can cash flow trips, activities, why not do it? You only get to be around your kids when they're young once. And my daughter is 18. We are changing seasons of life. And so we are going on a road trip to Arches, Canyonlands, Capitol Reef, Zion, and Vegas. And then we're going to go on another trip to the Northwest and do all of the national parks there. We love the Northwest. We used to live there. We want to go back. But this is a hill that I will die on. You already got yourself into debt. And you suffer the consequences of that every day. Paying interest, feeling shame, feeling guilt. So why not enjoy your life too? As long as you're still getting out of debt. You're just delaying it. That's all. I'm never going to change my opinion.
September cruise. That's only $500. $500.
Which is huge. It's a substantial amount of money. You have no respect to the dollar. $500 is huge for you. What the fuck are you talking about? $3,800 comes in, right? $3,600. 14% of your money. You say that's nothing? You spend $2,000 more than you bring in on a monthly basis. $500 is nothing? That's just going to be an extra $500 on top of the $2,000 then you spend more on a monthly basis. That doesn't make any sense.
Oh, it's booked.
What's the additional $500?
For what? What are you talking about?
For the booked cruise.
Oh, well, it's not booked. I put a deposit down. And
then stop!
And I put...
What was the deposit?
$100.
Good,
But
you lost it.
I
Walk
booked
away.
an excursion
I don't care.
for $400.
Oh, you're
refundable.
But you still have to spend $500.
Yes.
Good, you're not going. So you lost $500 instead of $1,000. Well done. Well done.
Follow Financial Clips for more.
Hey, thanks a ton for watching. I really appreciate all the likes, shares, and everyone who subscribed. Seriously helps the channel grows. If you're new here, do not forget to hit that subscribe button and stick around. I've got more videos coming your way soon. Take care, stay safe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.